Welcome on in. This is the morning session of the Healthy Discussion Show, and this is the Walk and Talk. So let's walk and talk. Now, today's topic is we're going to talk about the credit card debt and what's going on with the U.S. Being in trillions of dollars in debt. Are you really making profit, or do you know the financial? Do you know about money? Now, normally I would walk outside to get my cardio and everything, but it's inclement weather outside. It's raining. So I decided not to do that. I said I can do it in here. I don't want my phone to get wet, the products to get wet, the cameras to get wet. So let's do it in here. And then we go about it like that. So let's start off with this.
CEO. Glenn, it's good to see you again. Welcome.
This is from CNBC.
It's great to be back with you, Kelly.
Can you give us some context? Is 61% a big jump in terms of the people who can't pay off their bills each month?
Yeah, we really are seeing the stress of middle-income families as they continue to deal with the compounding effects of inflation. While it's true that inflation is slowing, we're still seeing, prices are up. They've not gone down. They're just going up more slowly. And when you have a multi-year compounding effect of that, maybe 3% this year on top of 7 or 8% last year, you've got middle-income families dealing with double-digit growth in prices.
Hold on. I think the interest rate is going to continue to go up. I think we will never see interest rate at this level again. 13, 14, 15, 22%. It's going to skyrocket. It has to skyrocket because look at what the BRICS is doing. I'm going to talk about that on another video about how they're coming together to devalue the dollar, or just to have their own business going on with naturally, which is natural order. The dollar will be devaluated regardless. No money or monetary value, if you study money, has survived over X amount of years. All of them crashed. So I think we are in the crashing phase, what's going on, but don't use that as a panic, use that as an opportunity. Like, we don't spread fear in this channel, we just spread awareness. I want you to be aware so you would know how to move and how to shape. It's that simple.
It's not enough money at the end of the month. And so what we see is they're bridging the gap with use of their credit cards. We're seeing usage increase, balances increase, all at unfriendly interest rates. And so it's becoming a real challenge for these families.
To put it sort of weirdly or flip it around, I mean, I look at your share price and it's up considerably, 45% this year or something to that effect. Why is that?
Well, I think if you look in the long-term scheme of things, we have some periods where we underperform and some periods where we outperform, like most stocks do. I don't think it's directly connected to the circumstances of today or the circumstances necessarily of the survey.
Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. I want you to pay attention because he just gave you the secret in order to maybe pay your credit cards and or to be financially free. While this is the turmoil that's going on in the market with the credit, right? He's obviously playing the stocks in order to get his profit. Once again, we all know credit cards usage or debt is increasing. So why not, as a solution, invest with the credit card companies? Now, this is not financial advice. I'm just saying. Why not? It seems to me that would be the thing to do. Or maybe get an ETF that represents the financial structure. But once again, this is not financial advice. You have to learn how to convert things. Use negative things to convert things into positive things or into things that you desire. But let's continue.
We're a company that's been around almost 50 years. We've been public for 13. And we're just out there every day trying to meet the needs of a market that generally doesn't have access to all of the financial solutions maybe that the wealthy would have. And so that serves us well when we serve our clients well.
Would you say that you're a beneficiary of higher rates because of, I know you guys are in a couple different, life insurance businesses and those kinds of things, which we tend to think of as, hey, finally, I can get some yield on these extremely long-term.
Hold on one moment. They gave you the sauce, too. They just gave us the sauce. Life insurance policy is another way to live. But we're going to talk about that later, how people live on their life insurance. I'm going to do a coverage on that because they are using that to live or using that to buy their estate, and it's ways to get around everything. Once again, it's ways to get around everything. Unfortunately, the world hasn't been taught financial education, so it's something that you must pursue on your own. I mean, why would they teach you how to defeat them? Or why would they teach you how to be like them? Now you become competition, and it's always been a class war. So they wouldn't teach you these things. So it's on you to learn these things. That's why you need to tap into this channel, like, comment, share. Let somebody know about this. Let somebody know, okay, you got credit card debt. It's ways to consolidate. It's thousands of ways to skin the cat. I would recommend, and I would say, hey, go get a CPA, not financial advice. But I would say, this is what I would do. I would get a CPA. I will invest in myself, invest into something, into someone that knows the knowledge, that's the expertise, and let them show you the blueprint, and you follow. What do you think? Put a 9 if you agree with that strategy. Put a 6 if you don't agree with that strategy, or put a 3 if you just don't know. Put a 9 if you've been using your credit card more. Put a 6 if you haven't been using your credit card at all. Or put a 3 if you're already financially stable. You know? Put a 3. Let's continue the video though.
Holdings.
Sure, there is some benefit to our life company of the higher rates, but the way we run our life business is fairly capital light. We're in the term insurance business, so we're not holding assets like most of the more traditional companies that have cash value products. So we don't get as much benefit from an increase in interest rates maybe as the average life company, but there is some tailwind there for us.
Yeah. So let's turn this back because, the flip side of this is some Americans are also benefiting, by the way, finally able to get some yield, but I don't think it's as many of these middle Americans as who are capturing your survey, and they're facing 20 whatever percent credit.
Listen
card
to
rate.
what she just said. It's the middle class. It's always the middle class. The middle class is responsible to pay the taxes. So every mistake that the rich class make, the middle class pay for it. It's going to happen. So in order for the middle class to be free, you have to study financial education, financial literacy, or build a community around that, and you piggyback off one another. I think that would be the thing to do. What do you think? I mean, I would study something that I haven't studied before in order to elevate me to a level that I haven't been before. It just makes sense to me. But I wanted to show you, it's this article, right? We're done with that, and that's from CNBC, the economic section, Fair Use Act. I'm using these videos as a reaction to inform the people, maybe to make a better decision in their life, a better informed, educated decision. That's it. But let's continue. It's this article that I read, and it's from CNBC too. I like the economic section. That's what I do. I love it. That's why I do my walk and talk morning show. I talk about finances, money, economics, exercise, health, something to motivate you to keep you going. Then I drop different content throughout the day about what's going on in the world. But this one is titled, Credit Card Rates Are Practically in Loan Shark Territory as They Hit Record Highs, advisors say. And this is from Greg LaCourcy. If I pronounce your last name wrong, I apologize. It's Greg LaCourcy. And it states this: credit cards are practically charging loan shark interest rates. Yes, they are. Because last time I checked, the credit card rates is about 22, 23%. But this is another thing I noticed. That's why it's so important to understand what America is. America is a business, right? Why are you operating in your personals? Because I noticed the difference. In personal credit cards, it's a higher interest rate. So that means if you have a credit card, 30, 40,000, you might spend 10,000 on something, knowing you have the money on the side. Boom. Spend it. Put it back. They charge you an interest rate ridiculous. So I said, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. Now, because healthy discussion is a business, right? I said, I'm going to operate in my business with everything I do. From my apartment to paying things, everything is in my business. Nothing is in my personal. I make nothing a year, until I pay myself on my payroll. But I'm on the ground level and I'm working my way up. Hard work, drop a hard. That's what we're gonna do. But I'm saying this to say, let's tie the knot. I'm saying this to say it's better to use your business credit card because the interest rate are lower. Like your monthly rate on a $30,000-$40,000 credit card may be $25 a month versus personal with the same credit limit, right? They may charge you $225. So it's a big difference when you operate in your personals and when you operate in your business. And since America is a business, the United States of America, each state gets funding, which means it's a business, right? Each state gets funding, which means it's a business. So I tell people operate in a business if you want to slice that in half. But that's not financial advice. That's what I do. I use business credit to flourish my life and work hard and pay an XYZ and multiply it. Use that to create infinite wealth. But that's another thing. I won't advise that to anyone. You have to be a certain kind of people. And I would say have mentors. Like we have the internet nowadays. Anything I don't know, I just call someone. Hey, bro, what you think about this? Sir, ma'am, what do you think about this? What would you get my expertise. There's no excuses anymore. But let's continue. A credit card's interest rate is the price consumer paid to borrow money. It's most commonly expressed as a yearly rate, the APR. We know that, right? Annual percentage rate. That's another thing. These terms we must get familiar with. The average interest rate for all credit cards accounts hits 20%. Ooh, 80-20. I mean, it all depends on what side of the table you on, but that's not good. On the receiving end, 20%, woo, that's a lot. The highest on record according to the most recent Federal Reserve data. The highest on record. But I wanted to show you guys this chart. Pay attention to this chart right here. That's from 2013, right? Look at the percentage. From 2013, we was at a 13.2%. In 2023, currently Q2, well, we just came into Q3 because it's fall. But Q2, look at what we have now, 22%. So it jumped by roughly 9 to 10%. That's a jump. That's a jump worth paying attention to. And my question would then be, what do you guys think? Is it gonna go up? Put a 9 if you think it's gonna go up. Interest rates will go up. Put a 6 if you think interest rate will remain the same. And put a 3 if you think interest rate will go down. Put a 3 if you think interest rate will go down. It's 9:30 morning market opening alarm. Got to stay with the stock market, with option trade as well. But that's another thing. So once again, pay attention to your credit card debt. I would try to operate in my business. And that would be the best things. Save your money, don't overspend. Have a budget. Calculate how much how much is going out versus how much is going in, so you can see what you really make. Take responsibility of your finances, because no one is going to treat your money how you treat your money. No one is going to take responsibility for you, and if you think that they will, you don't understand the world that we in. It's a class war. It's a money war. That's the war we in. Once you have the money, you can talk to all classes. It doesn't matter. Once you don't have the money, you have to operate a certain way. And that's why we created this channel, so you can be aware, so you don't have to operate in your lowest form. You got to defeat your lowest form so you can be who you really need to be. On that note, don't forget to like this video, because I need to bypass and flow through the algorithm, the algo. Don't forget to share, comment, give me a thumbs up if it was good content and you got something from the content. Give me a thumbs down if it wasn't good content and you didn't get anything from the content. But let me know what I could do to improve the channel. What you didn't like about it, because I'm taking this serious and that's what it is. Let me know if you don't like something about it so I can fix it, so I can tailor it. where I can consider it. And also, email me topics to talk about, because lately I've been checking my email and I'm like, oh, okay, I see. I'm getting some traction. We're doing some things. But I like the fact that the community is starting to see, okay, let me tag along with him to see what he's talking about. Another episode of Healthy Discussion. This is the morning section of this show, which is Walk and Talk. So let's walk and talk. Peace and love.